Cashflow Diary Podcast, episode 597.
Welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Cashflow Diary Podcast, the podcast that teaches you insider tips, tactics, and strategies for creating leverage streams of cash flow into your life. Learn from top-performing entrepreneurs, business owners, investors, and thought leaders from across the globe as they share their secrets to success. Like what you learn on this and other Cashflow Diary podcast episodes? Go to learninvestingnow.com and sign up to receive powerful tips and information that will help you succeed as an entrepreneur and investor. Now, here's your host, investor, entrepreneur, business owner, educator, speaker, author, and master facilitator of Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow game, Jay Massey.
All right, people, how are you guys doing? Should I say happy Monday? I guess so. So I will. Either way, it's all fun to me. Hopefully things have been going well for you, and it's not one of those Mondays that you don't necessarily like. Nonetheless, we're back, we're here, and we're going to share with you some more information, but I also want to get everyone caught up with a lot of the things that happened over the weekend. Some of you, maybe you saw the event that I was at and speaking, and that video is actually inside the Facebook group, so feel free to go check that out. Also, I'm excited. There's a number of you who are in the process of making this thing happen, meaning we've been talking to you now because you've been able to get started, you've been able to make progress, you are out there making things happen, and I'm kind of excited for it. So, it's just great to be a part of the transformation, at the end of the day. Now, one of the things that's going to happen, because something literally just happened right now, just as I was going live, there was over inside of our members area where we tend to have lots of conversation going back and forth. What just happened is that someone made a particular request. They asked a particular question, and there are certain questions when you have the privilege of helping individuals make progress and learn new business strategies. There are certain questions that when someone asks, we know that it means other things. It tells us other things. You don't ask certain questions unless you made certain points of progress. So what I did is I asked this person, hey, could you do me a favor? Since what just happened for you, like literally just happened, what I would love for you to do, I wanted to see if they would be willing to call in. So yes, we for those of you who haven't seen this before, we have a call-in number that we use from time to time. And I'm putting the number on the screen because I'm waiting for this person to dial the number, call on in, because they were in our members group and they were excited, and I wanted you to hear the story, because some of the questions that we have gotten today or over the weekend, etc., I'm like, maybe I didn't do a good job explaining, so we're going to make sure that we do a better job of that today. We're also going to be talking about today I think there are 5 winners. I believe they've been tagged. They just don't know what they've won yet. So those individuals have been tagged, so which is great. Hopefully they are here. And at the end of the day, it feels really good to be a part of all of your journey. So whatever that means to you, the goal for us here at Cashflow Diary is to make sure that you keep making steps forward, further, and obviously faster. So, at the end of the day, I'm hoping that the time that we've invested together has been worth it for you. Many of you, know that, well, what do you know? You know that we've been here for a while. You know the offer that we're currently making. I'm going to recap that for you in a minute. But you also know that tomorrow, Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, for those of you in Hawaii and other parts of the world, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, all of those videos are going to come down, and our focus, our attention is going to go to serving the many, many dozens of you who have now decided to keep moving forward with us and want to take your short-term rental game to the next level. And I'm excited for you. Hopefully you're excited for you. And at the end of the day, this business is one of those things that makes I've seen it make a number of lives different, and I'm even more excited to make a difference in the lives of those of you who have decided, who have laid down that, this is that line. You told yourself at the beginning of the year, I want to earn more money. And this is how. And I appreciate you deciding to do that with us. So let's see hold on. Where is it? I'm waiting for him to dial in. I don't see it. It's okay. So hold on. I'm sending him a message because I want to see it get there. 274. Excellent. Also, some of you, this is what we also started doing. So for those of you who may have missed yesterday or the day before, you will notice at the top of the screen, there is not the top of the screen, at the post, at the top of the post, there's a link. It is cashflowdiary.com/2020. For those of you, now please hear me clearly. For those of you, because there's a lot of you and there's only one of me, for those of you that are in the process of considering and you're ready to get started, we have made some spots available specifically on my calendar. These are exactly 15-minute phone calls. And as I said before, they are not 15-minute, I need to pick Jay Brain call. Okay, I'm just being really transparent and clear like I've been this entire time. Not because I don't want to help you, but because I want to make sure that that space is reserved for the people who want the help and for 12 months. Okay? Because that's what we're talking about. If you have some questions related to the program and how what's in it or something of that nature, or maybe there's a spouse or a significant other, I don't know, whatever it is, go ahead, go to cashflowdiary.com/2020. We have a few spots left to be able to give you 15 minutes. It's cashflowdiary.com/2020. So that you can go ahead and get started, because that's the goal. So let me be clear. You get on the call, I'm going to be there. I'm going to do my best to answer whatever questions you have as it relates to the program, and making sure that you can then get started. Because what's going to happen is that at the end of that call, Stephanie or one of the other team members are going to be there to make sure that they go ahead and process your order and get your enrollment paperwork done, so that you are in a position to take advantage of the calls that are coming up, even this week. Also, what I thought was interesting of the calls that we've received, one of the interesting things that we've got was, okay, he's here. Got it. I see him right now. So let me go ahead and I'm going to tell you more about the interesting things and the questions you guys have asked. But let me bring him on right now and make sure. Saj, are you there?
Yes.
Awesome, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I know I kind of know you're doing good. At this particular moment, you're probably flying a little higher than normal.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah. So do me a favor right now, if you can, tell me a little bit about what the journey has been, a little bit in the realm of what it, when did you start, what happened today, and what do you see now for this future of yours?
Well, I started and set a goal for 10 units for the year.
Okay.
And the first few places I went, they really were not interested. And then there were a few places that were, but they didn't have a floor plan that I liked. The
whoa. How did you know what floor plan did you like? How would you know that?
Yes, the blueprint. So, so after going through the blueprint, I was like, this does not meet the floor plan requirements. I need to move to a different location. And then the other thing is, we did the mastermind call where you circled on the map, what areas to look at and the walk score. Yep. And so then I just started putting in different apartment complexes and looking at walk scores. I'm happy to report the place where I'm going to be actually has the highest walk score in Montgomery, Alabama. So
awesome.
And they are under new management.
Awesome.
And they're redoing their apartments, but they're in what's considered one of the nicest areas of town.
Sure.
And they cater to a couple of big companies here where they just have like their corporate executives come in. So they just wanted to throw me into their corporate program. And then I explained, no, we provide clean, affordable housing, and we are taking care of travel nurses and families and, people that are in town for things like that. And the next thing I know, I was on the phone with a different person than a leasing agent, explained it to them, and then they said, how many units are you looking at? I said, well,
Yes.
I'm looking at this one particular design that you guys have.
Yes.
And I didn't tell them this, but it was basically, from what I've seen, they're going to do all the upgrades because they have to do them anyway. And I will basically be getting a 1-bedroom with a large study, which some people use as a 2-bedroom.
Right.
For the price of a 1-bedroom.
Right.
So I'm guessing I can still list it as a 2-bedroom depending on how we, furnish it. So that's great because, it's a 1-bedroom, but it's a 2-bedroom furnished. And so at first they gave me 2 in the same building, and then they were like, every time one comes available in that building, we'll let you know. There's 16 in that building.
Nice.
They've got, I think 20 buildings with about 16 in each one.
Nice.
But they have another building that has a plan I like in it also. And then as I was negotiating for the 2, the leasing agent called me and she goes, I don't know if the regional lady knows this, but I've got a 3rd one that's going to be available around the same time. Would you like it too? And of course, that's when I went into the Facebook group and I said, should I start with 2 or 3?
And now it's coming together.
And everybody was like, get it. So I was like, well, if I can get a discount on it, so, since it's 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you can get a what? You can get a what?
Because I was getting 2.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, well, if I get 3, I was like, what can I get? And they were going to charge me for putting brand new washer and dryers in there.
Sure.
Like, they were going to let me rent them. But then I was like, well, you got to do the upgrades regardless. I'm getting 3 units. I'll be spending, I think the phrase is, a considerable amount of money, making a investment to make sure that this place stays stellar at all times.
Yep.
And it'll be cleaned, thoroughly, like brand new once a week. And I'm putting security cameras up, things of that nature. So, it's only going to get better the more units I have. So can I get some sort of deal? And so that was last week and about 6 days ago. And I've talked to her twice since. And she was telling me that as soon as she got the email from the lady about the 3rd unit and the prices and all that, she would let me know. And right when I was looking at Logify and put that post on Facebook, I got the email. So I am through the roof right now. And I've got 3. I'm getting 3 units much faster than I thought. So my wife was telling me to slow down because I was like, I might reach 10 units now by.
Whoa! Hold on. Your wife was telling you to slow down. What was she saying before that though? Well, we were having a different conversation before that.
Yeah, now she's like, okay. Well, at first I think she thought, well, it'll be a while before you get your first yes. But my first yes got me 3, so I was already looking at my goal of 10 and thinking, I might surpass that very fast because as soon as every time one of these plans comes available at this particular place, they're gonna call me first. So. So I'm happy. I'm very happy.
And you are illustrating my exact point because people ask me all the time, how long is it going to take? Do you think I can? I got this question multiple times of talking to many of you who are considering getting started with the roadmap. I got the question, Saj, the question was, do you think I can get 10 before the end of the year? Do you think I can get 1 in 30 days? Do you think? And I'm trying to do my best to not say things like what actually happens that you're currently experiencing, because I don't want people to be like, you said I could. And I'm like, well, okay, yes, I believe you can get at least one in that time frame. But you followed this. What I'm hearing the right words. I'm hearing the right process. You followed the system. You did exactly what I've asked you to do, and you didn't get a yes the first time out, right?
No. And you know what? And the first time out, I was very confident I was going to get a yes from a couple of people because of what I do for a living. I was like, I'm just going to walk in here and sweet talk these people. And I got the language down, and, they were like, short-term rentals, no. Short-term rentals, no. It just didn't matter how I phrased it, what I said. Right. They were just adamant, no. And then I was like, okay, I know there's one other operator in this area. So I looked at the apartment where, he was operating, and I thought, well, you know what that company does? It's one of the biggest companies. I didn't necessarily see a floor plan, though, in the buildings he was in. So I was like, I'm not going to approach that company because they don't have the right floor plan. So I was sticking to the guns. I was sticking to the blue book, so to speak. And this company, here's the best part. This is why my wife was telling me to slow down. I totally forgot this. So the lady says, you got 3, we'll be getting 3 units. And then she says, if this works out, we have like 40 properties across the Southeast where you just come through us to talk for you to them, and we either own or we manage like we do this one. And I was like, oh, okay, so I'm guessing, once I prove to them this is great, they'll be my mouthpiece for all the other properties in all the other cities for this particular company. So
100%.
Yeah.
So
that's why I was like, well, I'll blow 10 out the water then. And my wife was like, slow. She's like, slow down. Let's just get these 3 in Montgomery under our belt.
Well, she's right, and she's 100% right, and you and yes, you are also right. Because that's what you were experiencing is what I didn't know could happen either once you got the process down correctly, because it was the fastest we had ever grown anything to 7 figures because of conversations like that. And I'm just like, what do you mean? You have another, okay, okay, we'll take that too. And that's basically when I was like, okay, this is real, like really real. And we just got to make sure that all of the systems are in place to make that happen. So for the folks at home who aren't familiar, do me a favor, please let them know, because there's something you said. You said you were going to sweet talk them because you knew the words, you had the language, and you still got to know. For the folks at home, could you do me a favor and tell them what your current occupation is so that they know that every one of us hears the word no? Because, it's important.
I am an attorney by trade, and I actually have a lot of clients who do real estate, and, I do their estate planning. So, and I speak a lot around town, so I just knew I was just going to get a yes, like the first time I tried it. But, you can't give up. You will get a yes eventually, and, you just got to go with it.
So
and I actually got the yes at probably the best place you could have a yes at.
No doubt. You're like, wait a minute, what? And okay, so now, I know, because I know you, and I know you've done the numbers. What do you think roundabouts? Because again, I'm not in Montgomery, so I just don't know what I don't know about what you are currently thinking, who you're planning on serving, etc. But when you look at those 3 units, when it comes to, say, either revenue or net income, what's going through your head right now in terms of what do you think you'll be able to make on those 3?
This is what I'm shooting for is 1,400 a unit.
Okay.
Mainly because because of 2 things. I've got them at a 1-bedroom price, but I can list them as a 2-bedroom. I see where you're going with that. Got it. Yeah, and as far as and I'm talking about like $1,400 a month each put in my pocket. So
yeah. That's the only number that matters.
That's my goal.
Got it. Totally understood.
That's my goal.
Okay. Okay, I'm doing math in my head.
I've looked at, on some of the different platforms, what is around this area, and the pictures are awful. It's a lot of, the only person I would say that's halfway doing it right is actually a client of mine, and I'm proud of him. He's got 7 units. But he's halfway doing it right. And so I just, I don't see any drawback in getting these 3 units filled. I've already been asked to join a BNI group, and it was funny because they said we need a lawyer in our group, and I said, well, can I get 2 memberships? And they were like, why?
Why?
Like,
what's the other one for? Right.
I was like, I'm going to make my assistant come for the law firm, and I'll come for the short-term rental company. And, they were kind of taken back, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then when I explained it to them, they were like, oh, that is so needed. Like, they have, one guy had family come in town for 4 days last week. And I was like, where they stay? And he goes, oh, they were downtown. They were far away from us and everything. And da-da-da. And I was like, he could stay with us. So I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Well, and that's kind of my point, is that once you get to this part, everything else gets a lot easier, and you did it relatively quickly. And I just wanted other people to hear the excitement that I knew. I just there's no way he is not through the roof excited, unable to contain himself right now. I'm like, there's just no way, because I know exactly what that feels like. And you're like, oh my God. I thought I thought I was going slow. Yeah. Well, yeah. And
I'll say this. This is the best Christmas present that my wife has given me.
Yes, I remember you when you made that post. That's pretty funny. And that's so that people understand that his Christmas present was being able to get started with our education. That was their agreement, and so now you have an understanding of what he's been doing, and that's what we're saying to you. Like, we want the same thing for you, and I'm excited for you. I'm 100% excited for you. Make sure now hear me clearly. Make sure you keep following System. Get on the phone with LaTanya for the design consultation, all the other stuff, so that everything continues to run very, very smoothly. And then you're also going to want to take a look at the pricing training as well, just to make sure that everything that you're thinking follows all the way through.
Yes.
Cool?
Yes.
Man, thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Jay.
I absolutely appreciate you taking the time to dial in, because I just wanted everybody to hear it. And since it literally happened as I was pressing the go live button, I'm like, well, they got to hear this. So I'm like, there's no way. You got to hear this. So I thank you for taking the time, sir.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Okay. So for those of you who are sitting out there, sitting on the fence, thinking about it, wondering, first of all, sitting on the fence hurts a lot. So don't do that. Get off the fence. Let's go. What does that mean? Get over to cashflowdiary.com/roadmap. The screen after that is going to go ahead and allow you to process your order form. Then you will be able to finish your enrollment form, and we'll be able to go ahead and get your account open and get started. And yes, even tonight. Remember, you're going to be with us for 12 months. 12. Your dedicated accountability coach that's there to make sure that you know exactly what to do next, in what order, to keep your progress focused and going forward. Additionally, we currently have 3 additional trainings that are happening every week. So what does that mean? That means I get to train you, okay, for 12 months. Myself, my team, we're here to pour into you to make sure that on the other end you sound very much like Saj there, because at the end of the day, what we do is 100% needed. Very few people are doing it correctly. And that doesn't even mean they're not making money. They are. That's what I am communicating to you. They are. But it's one thing to just get lucky. It's another to develop a system. so that you have the process of repeatable, predictable income. And at the end of the day, we just step you through phase 1, phase 2, and to phase 3 so that you can eventually own the buildings too, if that's what you want to do. For those of you who are getting started with us, welcome. Thank you. Love it. Go to cashflowdiary.com/roadmap. If you know, like, okay, cool, I think I'm ready, but I have 1 or 2 more questions specifically about the program, go ahead and go over to cashflowdiary.com/2020. Cashflowdiary.com/2020. Again, to be very, very clear, this is not a 15-minute coaching session, okay? Because that I can't teach you in 15 minutes. And I know many of you, because we get this comment. I just need to know this one thing. Your one tactic is not the entire business. The one thing you think you know, don't know right now isn't enough. I know that because, well, I'm on the other side. Because as soon as you go, okay, because one of the times, sometimes we'll get, well, what are the best strategies for acquiring, properties? Well, the best strategy is you start with step number 1, which is where you define who it is that you want to serve. Then, after you define who you want to serve, what you do is you grab a map and you circle it. Then, I don't know if this is making sense to you, because oftentimes what we come back with is the actual workflow. Keyword being work. There is no get rich quick. And if that's what you're looking for, you're totally in the wrong place. But we can teach you a process. You don't learn to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich by reading a book and watching a video and going, cool, I got it. You actually have to go out there and practice it over time. Then you get good at it. Then it begins to roll forward. You heard him. Christmas was not that long ago. All right. That's when his words, not mine. Christmas was not that long ago. And again, I'm just excited for him, because once he's got 3, those 3 turn into 9, those 9 turn into 30. And before you know it, the last thing he's ever thinking about again is being an attorney anymore. Because why? That's really what it comes down to. And he'll have options that I get excited about for him. And nonetheless, hopefully you guys get excited about for him too, because that's how we roll here. We celebrate everyone's win, because together, that's what it comes down to. Now, I know a number of you're wondering who won what. So let's just dispense with any more suspense. And then you're also wondering, how much can I make? Okay, cool. I'm going to give you some rules of thumb and show you one little trick that can help you predict what that might look like.
Hello there, entrepreneur. This is Jay Massey, and what I want to say to you is that the number 1 mistake that I have ever made in business, number 1, has been waiting too long to do the books, waiting too long to get the bookkeepers, the accountants, the CPAs, the CFOs involved, and I don't want you to make that same mistake. That mistake cost me over 6 figures, and now for a significant discount, you have the ability to get your books together using FreshBooks. So what I want you to do is I want you to go over to gofreshbooks.com/cashflow diary. Again, that's gofreshbooks.com/cashflow diary. FreshBooks is the easy to use software designed to help you, the small business owner, the freelancer, get organized and save time on invoicing, getting paid faster, keeping those books in order so that it becomes a bonus for you to do your taxes as opposed to a burden. Go over to gofreshbooks.com/cashflow diary and get started today. And now let's get back to the rest of the story.
All right, so we have, in no particular order, we have Vu Nguyen, Ruth Fleming, LaShawn Kosar, David Manuel, and Bob Campbell. So let me do that again. Vu Nguyen, Ruth Fleming, LaShawn Kosar, David Manuel, and Bob Campbell. Now, what does that mean? What did they win? I know you guys want to know who won the $5,000 half off thing. Got it. I'll get to that. I'm doing that one last. But I will say this. Ruth, Vu, and David. Is that 1, 2, 3? Yes. Ruth, Vu, and David. You guys are the winners of the, I don't know if you guys know, but I like things like, I like learning a lot from many different disciplines, because as I study other disciplines, I get better at my own. Hopefully that makes sense. How many of you know of, have seen, have thought of Masterclass, right? Masterclass, I get excited for that. So Masterclass, for 1 year, you can learn a lot of many different things. I get excited for stuff like that. And again, that was, got it. Vu, Ruth, and David. You guys are able to, we will be sending you, a email. So we're going to make sure we need your email. Okay. Cause you're going to get 1 year subscription to, it's like a gift subscription, if you will, to the entire Masterclass library. So if you want to learn poker from the greats, you want to learn to write, you want to learn copywriting, movie editing, you want to, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I'm excited about it. Okay. And Bob, not only do you get the subscription, but you're also getting the book package, Bob Campbell, that is. And then you probably have figured out who gets the half scholarship. And that is, of course, LaShawn Kusar. I have LASHAUNCOUSAR. If that's you, and hopefully you already moving forward with us, or I don't really know, but LaShawn, make sure you reach out to us so that we can get you all set up, because we want to go ahead and get you enrolled in everything else as well. Bob, David, Ruth, Vu, we will make sure that you get your subscriptions over to Masterclass, and then Bob, we will obviously be sending you the books. Unless you prefer maybe audiobooks, it's not too late to make that change. You just let us know, we can make that happen for you as well. With that being said, I am encouraged by the number of you who have been participating, who have been able to, hopefully you've been able to learn something in some way, shape, or form, and even from the time that we've invested together. By no means should you leave now, you're like, oh, I didn't win anything. Although maybe that's why that was the only thing you were here for, which is kind of interesting. But I don't know. The one thing I do know is that the true prize, in my opinion, is being able to be independent, build a business, and make it happen. So make sure, well, Stephanie has your names. She'll know who's who and who gets what. So, but make sure, if you guys know these individuals, make sure to tag them so that they know they won something, so that they can reach out to us, because I hate to not have that happen. Either way, let's make sure that we give them a round of applause. That was awesome, because again, that was because you're participating, you're inviting other people, you're doing the activities that it takes to help build the group, the community, and making sure that this rising tide lifts more boats. Our job here at Cashflow Diary is to do exactly that, and I get excited for doing it. We're just inviting the rest of you to come and join us. What does that mean? It means get over to cashflowdiary.com/roadmap. Again, cashflowdiary.com/roadmap, and go ahead and get started. Or cashflowdiary.com/2020. That'll let you at least have a 15-minute consultation with myself. I do have some spots, I think, still available tonight. I know the tomorrow spots may actually already be full. I'm not 100% sure. Either way it goes, make sure that if you are ready to move this thing forward, then let's go. Now, what I'm going to show you is a little idea on how you can make sure that you are in position, or at least approximately. So I'm going to give you 2 rules of thumb so that you can have an idea of what it is that you're going to earn, or what you could earn on a particular unit. All right. So that when you're looking at it and you're just kind of wondering, does this work? All right. So what does that mean? First of all, you know what? There's a tool out there. It is called Rent-O-Meter. Rent-O-Meter. R-E-N-T. Someone type this in the chat for me, please. R-E-N-T-O meter. M-E-T-E-R. Then go to .com. If there's a particular address that you think is perfect, okay, just for all of you, put that address in, because that's what it does. And then select the number of bedrooms that place is. And then it'll tell you what market rent for a traditional tenant would be. So let's say you put it in, it then says rent is $1,200 a month. I'm making it up, but let's pretend that's what it said. If it says it's $1,200 a month, all I want you to do is multiply that number by 2 and go right there. $2,400 is what I would say on a conservative basis for you to begin the rest of any calculations that you have. Okay, the rest of any calculations that you have. Now, in this particular case, let's pretend that $1,200 a month is a one-bedroom, apartment, a one-bedroom apartment. Now, obviously, some of you live in places where maybe a $1,200 is a three-bedroom house. Okay, remember, I'm thinking California a lot, so $1,200 is kind of a studio, right? That's kind of what we get. Either way, for every bedroom, I want you to think $800 of net income per month. For every bedroom, for every legitimate bedroom, $800 per month. What does that mean? On a one bedroom that rents for $1,200, top line should be somewhere at around 24, probably higher, but we're going to say 24. And then that bottom line is going to be 800. That's it. Very simple. Keep it that simple. Try not to make it any more complicated than that, right? And I will say a couple of things. The first year, the first 12 months of you using a particular location as a short-term rental, they're the hardest in the sense that you don't know what you don't know about who's coming to the area and when they're coming and how to price and how far in advance they book. And there is no amount of Google searching that's going to answer all of that for you. So there's some, and we go through many different trainings on how to look at the trends and whatnot from all of the reports that are available so that you know how to interpret those trends to be able to figure out, okay, cool, here's when I need to adjust the price for this and or adjust for that. Like, for example, right now is the Lunar New Year. Well, depending on who tends to travel to your area and why they come this week, and definitely last weekend, this upcoming weekend, etc., those can be times for you to adjust your prices upwards. In about 2 weeks or so, we've got the whole Valentine's Day, right? So again, same situation there. Understanding who's coming to your area is really, really important because it's not just about the holidays that are celebrated in your area. It's about the holidays your customer celebrates. And if you don't know what those are, you tend up missing what are technically called compression days or sometimes tentpole events, which then means you did not earn as much as you could. I don't want to see that happen to you. So, I don't want to see that happen to you. I want to make sure that at the end of the day, what you end up with is the maximum amount of revenue that's possible, that you get the highest and best reviews that are possible, and that you have the least amount of physical work that you have to do on a daily basis, which is why we've designed the system the way that we have. So I'm excited. If you still have a question, feel free to go ahead and type that in the chat because I'm just trying to make sure I'm looking at my checklist. Did I do everything I said I was going to do? We've given you an example about how much you can earn. You heard from Saj. I wasn't even planning that. That just kind of happened, which was exciting. And then for those of you who have or haven't already, feel free for the 15-minute call. Cashflowdiary.com/2020. Now, I said this before, and I just want to be really, really clear with you guys. It's not that I don't. Anyway, hopefully by now you understand where I'm coming from. And those 15-minute spots, I need those to be reserved for the individuals who know that they're ready to move forward, but they got maybe one or two more questions. Great. So what does that mean? We're going to get on a call. At the end of the call, you're going to likely be on there with Stephanie, or maybe you'll still be on there myself. We'll go ahead and get your paperwork or your order form processed. We'll email you the paperwork for you to finish so that we can go ahead and keep your enrollment process moving forward. But so you can go over there to cashflowdiary.com/2020. Or if you're like, Jay, I don't need any of that, I'm ready to go. You had me at hello. Great. Just go to cashflowdiary.com/roadmap and we will make that happen for you. So I'm going to look for some questions inside the chat to see what's there. And let's see what we got. Oh, scrolling. Sorry. This scrolling thing is not working like I wanted it to today. There we go. Got it. Hey, Vu, how are you? So, Vu, hopefully you heard. If not, just connect with Stephanie so that we can make that happen for you. Richard, how are you? Richard says, Ahmed says, that's amazing. So Saj, you got lots of people who are excited for you, which is great. I'm trying to keep myself calm right now. Why would you do that? I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense. And Sarah says the same thing. Like, why? Why bother? Why bother? Sean Phillips says, congrats and well done. Good job. I like it. 100%. Hearing him get 3 units is crazy. Yes, boo. And when you're ready for it to be you, there's only one thing left to do. Okay? So it's just that simple. Way to go, winners. Yes, Sean, I like that spirit. Ruth, yes, Ruth is excited. So that's good. Oh my God, that's awesome. Thank you. Bob, you are quite welcome. I want everybody to know. Bob, I heard this. I didn't know this was happening, but some of you guys, what was really interesting about what I learned about, what about Bob? That was a movie. Anyway, he was having trouble getting the homework assignments. And I know that many of you did, and we'll improve that process for next time, I promise. And I heard that what he did is he hand wrote them and then found a way to scan that in and sent it in that way because he couldn't get the PDF. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? That is amazing. Anyway, nonetheless, Bob, I'm really excited that you are showing what it takes. I mean, that determination is part of what it takes. You want 6 or multiple 6 figures. I promise you, there is no one tactic. There is no one silver bullet. There is no, I don't know. Unless you are already a multiple 6, multiple 7, then great. And you still need to learn the system, which takes time. So nonetheless, either way it goes, Bob, I'm really excited for you. So thank you, Bill. Thank you. Short-term rentals rock. No problem, Bill. Boo. Marty, welcome to the group. Jay's live. Oh, got it. Where there's a will. Yes, Bob, for sure. Where there's your will. You refused to let anything else but that actually happen for you. So, okay. For those of you who happen to be live right now, feel free to go ahead and pop a question in the chat. For those of you watching the replay, go ahead and pop a question in the chat. I believe Stephanie and or Megan are there, obviously, to assist you. So that way, when we see you're still asking questions, we will make sure to get those questions answered. For those of you who have already decided to join, to move forward. Yes, there we go. Sorry. For those of you who have already decided to join and move forward, what we are after, what we're looking for, what we're excited about is simply it's just simply the fact that you are joining. We know that it can feel exciting and nerve-wracking all at the same time. Either way it goes, so that you know the next training call that we're going to have is going to be at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, and we look forward to having you there. I do believe tomorrow we'll still be doing the Q&A, because we will still be doing the Q&A tomorrow, which is great. So there'll be some more questions. If you still have some more questions about the program, we'll definitely be able to cover those things. And tomorrow at 11:59 p.m., the whole open enrollment the videos inside of the group will come down, so that we can again begin focusing on those who have made that commitment, making sure that they begin their journey, making sure that we create more stories so that individuals can get 1, 2, and 3 units and make it happen. Because as Bob said, when there's a will, there's 100% a way to make that happen. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what? Okay, got it. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody's question. Oh, did I? Sorry, the scrolling thing. Sometimes Facebook hides comments, so it's really interesting and weird. Which, by the way, for those of you who've been inside the app, you're probably excited the freedom it suddenly feels when we don't have to worry about did the algorithm show the question that I've got going on. So I'm pretty excited about that too. Hopefully you guys are excited about it, because it just makes life so much easier. nonetheless, I'm looking forward to talking to you guys soon because it is fun for me. This is what I get to do. This is how I see it. And nonetheless, if you are ready to take that 6 and 7 figure journey, come on in. We look forward to talking to you soon. Until next time.